Look up and down, I ain't go to class. I'd rather die before I come in last. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to do something right now. Just leave me alone. I'm gonna get caught. Leave me without you. Leave me alone. I'm gonna go to the side. We gonna do that. Lil' black jean jacket, yeah. Got be long on it, yeah. Got that bad bitch, yeah. Wanna fuck me, my homie, yeah. Got that bad bitch, yeah. Tryna fuck me, my homie, yeah. Shawty gon' suck to the money, yeah. I can't wait no thot, yeah. Pay that bitch to the homie, yeah. I just fucked your thot, yeah. I ain't even pass it to homie, yeah. We might rob you, homie. We might rob you, homie. We might rob you, homie. I'd rather get caught with it than without it. Wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee. I'm about pretty boys and the cows. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah.
I've been to Atlanta.
Most definitely been to Atlanta.
With who?
Look up and down, I ain't go to class. I'd rather die before I come in last.
Would you just send me your address? You didn't send me your address. You forget?
I ain't had shit in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to look like this, it took a long time, yeah. I ain't had shit in a long time. 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 Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah. Just to feel like this, it took a long time, yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Bookit Sports community around the world. Welcome back to another episode of The Morning After. Hand up. I don't know if I have it today.
Tired?
I don't know what it is, dude. I'm having one of those days where you wake up and it just feels like something wants you to just have a horrible day. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to take it 1 minute at a time, but I don't know if I have it today. And I'm just going to keep it a buck with the chat. I don't know if I have it today, but we're going to push through.
I'm going to tell you something.
And we're going to do it.
You have to have it today. You have to. We have 53 college basketball games out today.
There's a lot of games.
Does that not get you horned up a little bit?
Yeah, it definitely gets me horned up. It's not something I can control. Well, I'm trying to learn how to control, but it's not something I can control. I've been waking up the past 3 days trying to go to the gym early. I get up at like 7, do my little routine at 7:30, go down to the gym. Went down to the gym, did 3 sets of bicep curls, and had to call it because I was like, I just can't do it.
Maybe you're just tired.
I just can't do it.
Might just be tired from getting up.
I don't feel tired.
Well, I mean, your brain could be tired.
I feel exhausted, not tired, and it has nothing to do with my body.
Exhausted mentally, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that happens. Like, I mean, dude, when you get into a new routine and you're waking up, I mean, like you're waking up probably, and you're doing activity probably, 6 hours earlier than you used to?
Yeah. I don't even think it's the activity, though. It's like, it has nothing. It's like, I don't know. It's all the stuff I'm trying to work on just coming to a head on a fucking Thursday. So that's pretty cool. All right. The thing I did want to start today's show off with, though, how about the University of Maryland, huh? How about that Willard wagon
Yeah,
rolling
how about
into
'em?
Michigan, just spanking butt? There's nothing that makes me happier than when, because it doesn't happen very frequently to me, but when a take comes through,
Yeah.
and when a take hits the bucket, and I've been screaming from mountaintop that this Michigan team is junk, that they are not good. They
Yeah.
shouldn't be a top 25 team. The 17 next to their name is so fraudulent. And then we get a little wagon, a little Willard wagon that rolls into Michigan, spank their ass.
Literally, probably the team you hate the most and the team you love the most this year.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. If
Could not be
Providence
more.
is bad, I support Kevin Willard. And if they're both bad, I'm
So
in
you-
fucking quail.
Say you support Kevin Willard.
Yeah, I'm supporting Kevin Willard. I think Maryland's going to be my tournament team, so this is what we do.
Let's go.
This is what we do.
No
I said
seed.
it was going to be the
No.
Rodney Rice game, smacked in the jaw.
Joe.
Smacked in the jaw. You just got to know what the other team is good at. And honestly, Derek Queen dominating down low, even though Michigan has, I was going to say one of the best centers. He's fucking junk. He sucked at FAU.
I was
and
gonna say, yeah.
he's just one of those
You hate
college
him.
kids that's just big.
He
Like
is.
he's never going to do anything at the next level. He's just tall.
Yeah, he's big.
And he sucked at FAU and he sucks at Michigan. But the fact that Derek Queen was able to get to his spots against a guy that big on a Michigan team that pretty much plays around him, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Color me impressed.
Yeah. Golden did have a pretty good game. He had 20 and 15.
Right, but my point being
Yeah.
on the other side is Derek Queen.
Yeah, he did,
He's
yeah.
like an undersized power forward getting to
Yeah.
every spot he wanted to
He's
last
a
night
bucket.
and was really the reason why they won that game.
Yeah.
Other than Rodney Rice clipping a couple. But I'm really looking forward to this Maryland team come March Madness. They might win the Big Ten tournament this year. I think they're the best team in the Big Ten.
Because
I don't think there's many teams above them in the Big Ten in terms of the way they're playing right now. And I think it's going to be one of those teams where when we get to March, a lot of people are going to go and do the whole, let me look how Maryland performed this year. And they're going to look at that first half where there was some rockiness. You look the past 10, 13 games, this Maryland team is one of the best teams in the country right now, the way they're playing.
yeah, I don't think that you can't say that there's a team in the Big Ten that's like clearly better than them. I don't think.
No, definitely
like,
not.
Michigan State's
No.
one, but like they're not clearly better. I
No.
wouldn't say.
I don't know why people are so high in Michigan State either. I'm fading them tonight.
Yeah.
Give me Iowa, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the ones where I looked at and I had to take Iowa because, again, I put Michigan State in the same bucket as Michigan. I don't think they're good. If Jaden Akins is your best player, you got problems.
You
dude.
fucking hate that. guy.
But it's true.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's
just
true.
funny
Like
that-
you got serious problems if Jaden Akins is your best player and they play through him like he's their best player.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they've won as many games they have. I think it's because of coaching. And they do have a somewhat deep lineup. I mean, if Trey Holman doesn't hit that three-pointer against Maryland, I think we're looking at this Michigan State team very, very, very differently. But if you got to play through Jaden Akins, I got news for you. You are fucked.
trouble. You are in.
You are fucked. Before we do a whole recap of the slate,
Mhm.
back-to-back full faded lays. How about it?
How about it? I'd rather full fade than lose by one.
Full faded lays. Gonna need Fruity to get back in his bag. Every hockey play you see is from Fruity.
Yeah.
So gonna need Fruity to get back in his bag, and then I'm gonna need myself to figure it out as well because the University of Pittsburgh just has to be banned. I have a cousin that lives in Pittsburgh, and about 5 years ago, 2020, 2021,
Mhm.
my family was out in Pittsburgh for an extended period of time, and I got to spend a lot of time with my one cousin. We were just nuking shit. It was during March Madness. We were nuking shit. And it was when Pitt had, I forget his name. Champagny.
Yeah.
When Pitt had Champagny.
Julian Champagny.
Yeah, when they had Julian Champagny. And they're supposed
Didn't
to
he
be
go
like
to St. John?
raw.
They went to St. John's.
Two different guys.
Okay, so not
Yeah,
Julian.
they had
Champagny.
not Julian. They had a different Champagny. He had big ass hair.
I don't remember him.
But Pitt was supposed to be like raw going into the tournament. And we were like in Pittsburgh. So I was like, dude, we gotta root for Pitt. And it started our lifelong hatred for Pitt because they collapsed at the end of the year. Like they had a full end of season collapse that year. Like locker room issues. Champagny and other kids started like beefing and it completely tanked the team. And they were like in the top 25 going into that year.
Sure.
So we were convinced we killed the Pitt Panthers that year. And we were convinced we killed their season. Fast forward to yesterday, I post the lay, and I was like, dude, the worst team in the ACC is NC State. Like, I've never seen a team be worse at basketball this year in a conference other than Providence College than NC State. So I wanted to take Pitt on the road. They got 2 guards that average 20. NC State has nobody. I was like, so I'm getting spotted 40 points already with these 2 kids. So and the over under was so low. So I figured they're already a favorite. I'm getting spotted a good 40. Like that's how you beat
Just
NC
start
State.
40-0.
NC State sucks.
Yeah.
I tweeted delay. My cousin rarely responds to my tweets. Rarely responds to my tweets. I think this was his first tweet in 2 calendar years. He responds to the tweet, "Uh-oh, Pitt is cursed."
Yep.
Immediately, I knew the lay was dead.
Yeah, you knew it was dead.
Immediately after I placed it, after I posted it, I then checked my Twitter, the first notification from my cousin. Immediately, I knew it was dead.
Yeah, you should cash that out.
Immediately, I knew it was dead. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was so immediate that I actually locked my phone and put it in my pocket for 10 minutes because I needed to stop myself from tweeting this lay is dead.
And then you tweeted that.
And it was 2:30, and it was literally 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah,
so that was vicious.
That's tough, dude. That's just. You also do that. You say you do that too. Like there's always one leg in every parlay or every entry that you ever place that you just chalk before the game starts.
Well, it's like every time I make a prize picks or I make a parlay, the minute I place it, one leg starts screaming at me it's not going to hit, and it doesn't happen until after I place it. Yeah. It's like the post-place clarity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, Pitt is so not beating NC State. But I actually loved that lay until he tweeted at me, and then I knew it was dead.
Yeah.
That was literally, I knew we lost. I'm not even kidding. It had to be $2,000 over a course of 4 days, me and my cousin, during that March Madness, because we were putting Pitt in everything.
That is.
It was like, all right, here's a late night Pitt. And they would lose by 15. And we'd be like, dude, they have to get back on track, late night Pitt. We took them to win the ACC tournament. Like, it was a nightmare, like, couple weeks with the Pitt Panthers while I was staying out there.
That sounds awful. Also, it's like not a very fun team to root for.
No, but they have sick colors. Like when they wear that blue and yellow on the
yeah.
road, like they look sick.
Yeah.
I've been a really good friend lately. I've helped 2 friends move in a span of like 5 days. Moving might be the worst activity of all time.
It sucks.
Yesterday, I drove down to Dallas, help one of my buddies move. It's just like the worst activity ever. I love camaraderie, bonding with the boys, hanging out with the gentlemen. And I don't mind that part, but just like packing and then moving and then packing more and then moving, it is literally the worst activity.
And then having to take all the shit out when you get there.
Well, yeah, I didn't do that. I was like,
you didn't
dude,
do that?
I'm not taking your shit out.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, I'm not.
That's the worst part.
Well, he was like, well, so when you guys come back, tell me unpack. And I was like, yo, no.
Yeah, that's
and like the plan was when I got there, it was all right, we're gonna move and then we're gonna go get a couple beers. We ended up moving I got there at 2. We moved for 6 hours. It was 8 p.m. It took us 6 hours to like move everything. And still a lot of it wasn't like so then we like got the bulk over and there was still some shit in like the fridge and like different cabinets. And they were like, all right, let's just like take a break. Let's go get the beers. And I was like, I'm going home. Like, what, dude? Like, we plan to do the beers. Like, what do you mean? And I was like, dude, if I go to the bar right now with how tired I am, that one beer is going to turn into 9 beers. And then I'm going to have to sleep on your like unput together couch.
Yeah.
And
that would not be fun.
It was the first time in my life I just knew my personnel. Like I knew myself. I knew my personnel.
Yeah.
I was just so exhausted and like I started craving the beer and I'm not even a beer guy. And I just knew that one beer was going to turn into 10 beers. And he was like, no, dude, we all have to get up early tomorrow. Like it's not going to happen. I was like, you know what's going to happen? When you get that first beer, it's going to go down like elixir. And then they're going to come back and go,
yeah.
Do you guys want another round? And if one of us folds in that 5-second window, I'm having 9 beers. Yeah. Like that. And you just got to know your personnel. One of us was going to fold and it might've been me. And I had to nip it in bud because nobody talks about the weekday beer where the server asks if you want another round. When you're with the gentleman and you're having weekday beers, the fall down the hill, we can't stop the rolling boulder moment is after everyone has their first beer and the person comes back and goes, do we want to do another round? That 5-second window of silence where there's only eye contact, if one person folds, you're all having 9 beers. Because that second beer, by the time that second beer's done, now the brain starts numbing and you're like, dude, I could get up early.
And then
tomorrow.
one of the 3 is getting a third one.
Oh,
So then
100%.
that's 100%.
Yeah. And it might not have even been the one that said he'll do another.
Just
The
100%.
second one.
Yeah.
It might be a different one that had a second one.
He
That goes,
starts
no, I'll do
feeling,
a
he's
third.
like, wait, yeah.
And then I'm a kind of guy that's like, okay, if he's having 3, I got to have 3.
Exactly. You
Like, we're
can't
not going to
stop.
not do this.
Yeah.
And then you start going band for band.
It's a rule.
M
Yeah.
for M. Now
It's
you've
like,
had
dude,
9
like
beers.
if like someone like on a golf course or like wherever you are, like a bar, someone asks you, do you want a double? It's like, you can't say no.
No.
Like, that's my rule. You literally can't say
And dude,
no.
they
They
get me at
ask
the
you.
golf
you can't.
course every time. I go, can I do a transfusion? You want to make that a double? It's like back in the day when I assume if I was just like unbelievably fat at McDonald's, and they were like, do you want to supersize that? I'm saying yes
Absolutely.
every fucking time.
Every time.
So when I'm at the course and I'm a little bit sunburnt, had 2 beers, but it
15
feels
over.
like 4 because I haven't had any water. I'm 15 over, and the cart lady goes, do you want to make that transfusion? You just ordered a double? If I say no, I'm a fucking pussy.
Yes.
Like, that's just
I
where it's at.
completely agree.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
just where
completely
it's at.
agree.
Especially if I'm golfing with like my buddies, if I heard one of my buddies go, no, just a single's fine, you're a fucking pussy. Like, that's just the reality of the situation.
I
You know?
cannot
Like,
agree more.
It has to be a double.
I'm like almost like wait for them to ask me for it to be a double. Because I
Dude.
like, you need it to be a double. Honestly, on the golf course, you need it to be a double. You
Dude,
kinda
I
need it
have
to be.
I have full court pressed. I've said, can I have a transfusion and can you make it a double?
Yeah.
I have full court press. I've picked up the cart girl 90 feet.
90 feet.
I've picked her up 90 feet and gone, can I have a transfusion? Can you make it a double? I've also done the move where I go, can I have 2 transfusions? Can you make them both doubles? It's for me and my buddy. And then I pound the first one. Second one is my sipper.
Wow.
Like, dude, when I play golf, my goal is to get fucking hammered. Like, I have a deal with my buddies because they always ask me to golf. I go, I will go. I'm not driving. And the purpose of me being there is to drink. Like, I won't drive
Driving
to the
does
course.
suck. Oh,
And-
driving to the course.
Yeah. I won't drive to the course. And I want you guys to know that I'm not going to take it as seriously as you want because I'm going to be drinking the whole time.
That's fine.
And that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I have a great time golfing. I go like once every 2 weekends when they need a 4th. And
Isn't that
they know the rules. They know the rules. They don't even ask me to drive. And they know when we get there, I'm getting a transfusion and it has to be a double.
So wait, do you drive to them or do they come pick you
No,
up?
yeah, I'll be in Dallas.
Oh,
And it's
okay,
like
yeah.
when we're in Dallas. Like I'll
Okay.
either just like stay at one of their apartments while they go golfing.
Yeah.
Or if they need a 4th, I will go, but they know the rules. They know the rules.
Okay.
That's just the rules of
It's a
engagement.
fair rule. I mean, that's like 90% of the people that go golf.
It's the ROE. It's the rules of engagement.
Yeah.
That's the rules of engagement.
I take golf fairly seriously, like, but by hole 14, 13, I'm usually feeling pretty good.
Try like hole 5, dude.
Feeling pretty good.
By hole 5, if I hit one in the woods, one's dropping out of my pocket.
Yeah, it kinda
I'm
just
not
depends.
counting the wood shot.
It depends on how early I get there. Like if I get there like an hour before, I'll get a couple drinks in me before I start, and then I'm feeling good early.
I'm like relatively good at golf. Like I have a good swing. I just don't play a lot. So like there will be a couple of shots during a hole. I'll be like, that one felt good.
Yeah.
I can always get
You
off
do
the
have a good
tee, so I'm
swing.
always in play. But I'm not going to be on the tour.
No,
I'm never going to be a scratch golfer. So I just go there for fun.
I mean that's pretty much what I do too. I just like it's just like a game against yourself, so that's why I like it.
Yeah, I
You know?
never win against myself. Though.
Yeah.
I've never won one battle against myself.
But it's like if you
Except
lose,
today,
like,
I'm gonna win today.
But if you
Today's a
lose,
good
it's like,
first
ah,
time.
fuck it, lost myself again. Another W for Josh.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're winning either way.
Yeah, you're
man.
winning either way. You
It's
can't
it's
lose.
a win either way.
You
I
can't
get- yeah,
lose.
that's a good point. Speaking of a win either way, a game that I knew for a fact, like Josh, when I tell you, like, remember when I told you that there are certain times in life where I take a bet and I know it's hitting.
Yep.
I POD'd Maryland yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Florida was covering that game. Like I'm not even just saying that to be a douchebag. Like there are certain bets where I will place and just go, yep, that one's hitting. And it happens once a week. And as the day went on and I kept looking at ESPN and the Score app and checking Twitter, like there's one bet, and you can go back to the last episode yesterday, run the tape back. I knew Florida was going to cover that game. It just
You said they were going to
reeked.
win that game.
Yeah, I
think,
mean,
too.
but it just reeked
yeah.
of going in Alabama, that total being so high. what did Florida, and I said it yesterday, what did Florida have better than Alabama? 2 guards. And when you play quick like Alabama wants to play quick, what's going to outlast you is guard play. Walter Clayton had fucking 21. I mean, Elijah Martin didn't play, to the clip that you want him to play at. He actually missed free throws down the stretch when I had his points. It just actually drove me fucking. If you're a guard, dude, if you are, I'm hating. I'm stopping. Wow. I'm stopping hating. Like, I need to stop being a hater. And
dude, you can fucking
right
hate.
there. I'm stopping hating.
You can hate.
I think guards should be better at making free throws. That's what I'll say. I think if you're a guard in college basketball, I think free throws should be of the utmost importance. It's like when a quarterback can't hit a check down. It's like you have to do the easy shit really well.
100%.
And it makes me frustrated when a part of a guard's position is to be able to score at every level and to be able to do the easy things really well.
Yeah.
Free throws are potentially the easiest thing. I mean, it's the hardest mental game for sure in basketball. It's the hardest mental game because
it's free.
all the attention is on you for a very long period of time. But you got to be able to do that. Yeah. You got to be able to do that well. And it drives me crazy when guards can't, but I'm not going to hate. But dude, this SEC tournament is going to be lightning.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to literally be lightning in a bottle. There's not
good.
I genuinely don't believe, even after watching some of these bad teams play, there's not a bad team in the SEC now. Like, even we called Oklahoma a walkover game. Dude, whoever plays Oklahoma in the first round, you're in trouble.
They look
dude. Like,
so
you are
good.
genuinely in trouble.
Fucking Fears literally was chucking, like, he was taking the most insane floaters I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, a couple of them were just lucky. He's gross. He's disgusting. But a couple of them, it's like when he's making those shots, you just know it's not your night. Like, there's just no way you're winning.
Dude, and how about this? He's 18 years old.
Yeah.
And he is gone into every SEC arena, and I think he's maybe had 5 bad games this year as an 18-year-old. That's like leading Oklahoma.
He's a bucket.
You know who drives me crazy? You know that kid Kane on Georgia?
Yeah.
Ugh. This drives me nuts.
Why?
I don't know. It just drives me up a wall.
Yeah.
Drives me up a wall. Other than that, how about the Ole Miss Rebels? Come on, plus 2.5 here. Let me hear you scream.
We knew that. We called that.
Let me hear you scream. I feel like I had 20/20 vision on last night's slate.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when we look back, I had 20/20 vision. Do I think Ole Miss deserved to win that game? No. That was just an at-home weird juju magic. They ended up keeping it close and coming back and closing out the game. My God, though, this Ole Miss team, I don't know what to do come March. Like, now that we're in March and we're in like conference tournament time, March Madness time, and if they have a good performance in their SEC tournament, I believe they will make the dance. I think they should make the dance.
Oh, they're making the dance.
But dude, I don't know what to do with this Ole Miss team in terms of having them advance, having them not advance. They're going to match up against. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'll tell you what, though, Josh. What's going on with your Tigers, dude?
I don't know, dude. We seem to be.
You can't have a 50-point half out of Oklahoma.
I mean, dude, they, like I said, like, they literally couldn't miss. I think they started the game 11 for 15. Like, they were just clipping from the very start.
Clipping.
They shot 57% on the game, which is absurd.
Clipping.
And 41% from 3. I mean, dude, like, that's the only time that we lose now is when the other team just can't miss. And our defense has not been very good. Like, our rotations have been so fucking bad on defense the last like 5 games. I don't know what happened, but I mean, dude, we need to figure it the fuck out.
And we got Hook of Mod on Mark Mitchell. That was vicious, dude.
His points hit, dude.
I know. I shouldn't have forced the PR.
2 rebounds is crazy.
I mean, what is he doing?
Yeah, I have no idea. Caleb Grill, dude, is literally Dennis Rodman. I'm not even. He had 8 rebounds.
He also had 4 threes. I saw that too. Dude.
Yeah, dude, he is going to go off in the tournament. He's going to need to go off in the tournament because, fuck, dude. No one else has really like been that guy. It's only him and Mark Mitchell. Everyone else is kind of taking a back seat now. Whereas like earlier in the season, they were horrid. I know. Yeah, early in the season, like everyone was kind of getting their piece of the pie. Not anymore. Now it's just those.
This is like the worst possible time for like things to start melding. This is like when you want things that like what Maryland did is the perfect. Of course, I'm talking Maryland again. Is the perfect like struggle early season, have a bump midway, and now really
Now
starting to
you're
figure
good,
it
yeah.
out. I feel like you guys had it so figured out so early. And these past 2 games, given you're playing opponents that are difficult. Like,
Yeah, they're not, like,
we talked
bad
about
teams,
Oklahoma
yeah.
like a walkover game. I think Oklahoma would win the ACC right now if you dropped them in. They would compete with Duke. Like, that's how good I think the SEC is right now, Todd Bottom. Maybe that's a crazy take. I don't know. Duke might win the national
I
championship
mean, they'd
this
be in
year.
the top 5, I think.
They'd be in the top
ACC.
3 in the ACC.
Top 3, I
It'd
mean.
be Duke, them,
Clemson and
Louisville.
Clemson.
No,
Louisville.
fuck. Clemson is so fucking
they're up
rad,
there.
dude. If you dropped Clemson,
Clemson, OU.
Virginia, and any of these other top half of the ACC teams that aren't Louisville and Duke, they would get fucking dick smoked in any conference. Like, smoked. I'm hating again.
You can hate on. You can
I'm
tell
hating
you.
again.
You can.
I'm
You
hating
can
again.
not like teams.
I'm hating it.
But yeah, they would get dick smoked. Also,
But you said something before we started filming that I think you should
what
with this Mizzou team.
about the next game?
Yeah.
I mean, we play Kentucky. We have to beat them.
This is like a must win.
Like a must-win game.
You can't lose to Kentucky and then lose first round of the SEC.
No, because
that
we'll,
would be nightmares.
if we beat Kentucky, we get a bye in the SEC tournament, which is massive. There's 2 teams that get a double bye, and then I think 4 teams that get a bye. We need that bye because we need a little break, a couple-day break to fucking get our wits about us and figure some shit out. I'm not really worried though. I feel like we match up pretty well against Kentucky. We're at home too, last game of the year. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be rocking in there, and we've only lost like 1 or 2 games at home this entire year. So like, I mean, I'm not too worried about it, but it's a must win.
It's just like
A must win.
Like one of the most must win games potentially of all time.
Yeah,
for you guys just to get mojo and get back on track. A Yukon in March like might be fully back, dude. I actually like there was a part of me like when we went into half, when Marquette went into half up 4, I was convinced they were gonna run away with this game. Like I was like, knew it, called it, saw it clear as day, knew that shit was coming through the hoop. And then you just watch Hurley just go to work in the second half. And this Yukon team just fight back and stay in the game and punch Marquette in the mouth and get stops and literally make it felt impossible for Marquette to get a basket.
Yeah.
If Hurley figures it out, he might just do it again. Like this roster isn't good enough to win a national championship. I genuinely believe that. But if Hurley is coaching the way that he's coaching right now and keeps these kids hot, it might just be Yukon for a third time.
Yeah. I mean, Chad's saying Caravan's back. He busted last night.
Busted, dude.
Also, I mean,
Solomon Ball is good too.
yeah, and McNeely, like, like that dude, if that dude gets hot, like in any game, like it's fucking over. He's like Caleb Grill-esque, whereas like when he's not missing, he does not miss. He can miss a bunch, but when he's not missing, he does not miss.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, UConn might be fully back. Providence College is fucking dead, dude. We haven't lost to DePaul in 7 years. I'm not just saying this to say this, but Kim English should probably be fired. Like what happened from last year to this year, like there are just certain games as like coaches in certain conferences, and I think the Big East is one of them where you just have like genuine doormats. And when you are Providence College, regardless of how bad the season is, we've had some really bad teams over the past 7 years. You can't lose to fucking DePaul at home, and you can't give up 52 points in the second half. Like that's just bad coaching, and that's bad defense, and that's bad attitudes. When you're letting up 52 points in a college basketball half, that tells me nothing other than you're not trying on defense and you're not being coached correctly. And I love Kim English. I think he's a great motivator. I think he's a great guy, but the jump from George Mason to Providence was far too large for how big our brand was going into when he got there. We were like just starting to establish ourselves as one of the bigger teams in the Big East that has an unbelievable home presence, a great place to play. And Kim English in a year has knocked us back to square one, where now it's like recruits are not going to want to play for us. Transfers are not going to want to come here. Because when you watch a game like that, it's like embarrassing.
Yeah,
like that's like,
yeah.
I can get hated on Twitter all day as a Providence fan from other Providence fans, but that loss is fucking embarrassing.
And that's a fact, though. Like what you're saying is a fact. Like you lost. It's not like DePaul's any good. Like if DePaul was top half of the conference and you're losing to them at home, it's like, okay, whatever. DePaul's having a good year. We're terrible this year. DePaul's 3 wins in conference. Like now
And
they
I
have
think one
3
of them
wins.
is against Seton
Yeah.
Hall, who's genuinely bad.
Yeah, like so they have one other win pretty much that's not against you and Seton Hall. It's like those are games that as a coach I think get you fired. Honestly, should get you fired. Like you cannot lose those games. It's also like,
And it's not like we have the worst
this kind of tells you
players.
that he can lose a locker room. Like this is just losing the locker room. Like
100%
Providence is a much better team than DePaul. Like that is a fact. Like on paper.
and performance.
Yeah, exactly. Like this entire year they have been, and you're at home. This is just him losing the team at the end of the year. These kids wanna go
52
home.
points in the second half by DePaul. That has to be the most they have ever put up in a half in the past 6 years.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
used to
just
be actually a big DePaul fan.
and it's like funny. It's funny because obviously when a game like that happens, I get tagged in it a bunch and then I get to make like a funny tweet about it, whatever. But this was like genuinely an embarrassing loss for the school. And like Kim English should feel embarrassed. And I think it's just as this year has gone on and he hasn't had a lottery pick in Devin Carter to just lean on to score 25 points and squeak out wins against really bad teams in the Big East. He wasn't ready for this jump. And, you know, maybe I'll look back in 2 years when he's still here and has figured out and gotten some more transfers. But the fact that we had the year we had last year and he sent Devin Carter to the NBA as a top 15 draft pick and was able to get basically peanuts in the transfer portal and not be able to capitalize on it at all and then not be able to coach the talent that he has and then end the year with a loss to DePaul, it's fucking embarrassing. Like, I don't care what Providence College fans say. We can stay on the boat. I'm on the boat. I'm raising the flag. That loss is fucking embarrassing for everyone involved. The fan base, the fucking coaching staff, the players. That is an embarrassing fucking loss. That shouldn't happen, especially in the Big East. And that's not to shit on DePaul, but you don't lose to DePaul. That's why we haven't lost them in 7 fucking years. 7 years, bro. Imagine
I know,
how
dude, they're
you
ass.
play them 2 times a year. That's 14 games we haven't lost in them.
Their ass.
We move on. I just want to shout out Inter Mason for hitting a UT Martin bet. I didn't know he had that in his bag. I didn't know he had that in his bag, dude.
That's so funny.
Did you know Inter Mason had a UT Martin wager in his bag? Like I didn't know he was even pulling shit like that.
I did not. I really did not.
That's a deep ass bag
I didn't
out
know
of him.
anyone had that in the bag.
It's a deep ass bag out of him. Josh, I mean, can we just, if you give me points with Kansas State, I hope people have been tailing since I started saying it like week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean,
when you give them points, how do you not, especially against home Jizz?
Also, yeah, what the fuck was home Jizz doing last night? They had 49 points in the entire game. DePaul scored more points in a half than Cincinnati scored all game.
That's just Kansas State grind them out.
That is insane. They only scored 54.
I know, it's gross. It's a
That
gross.
is one of the most
game.
disgusting games
That's
of all
what
time.
Kansas State
Dude,
does.
that's
I
kind
never
of
watched
like
a good Kansas
that's
State.
kind of why Kansas State's scary because they can. I mean, they're not going to make the tournament. I don't think unless they win the Big 12. They have to win the Big 12.
I think they have to win the Big 12.
But if they somehow sneak in, they are so gross that they could win some games.
So gross. So gross.
This is such boring basketball, but they win.
I regret not just taking Xavier and going with my gut because they were just so much better than Butler, and they just proved it in this game, going into Butler and doing that. That sucks for Butler fans. Last couple games I want to talk about. How about Notre Dame squeaking one out for me?
How about it?
They're fucking junk.
Another disgusting game.
They're fucking junk. But they squeaked on out against Stanford. Shout out the boys. That was huge. And then ended off right. How about the Loyola Chicago wagon just absolutely putting Davidson away and sending us off right as we go into conference 2010.
And can't forget about the Plan B
Smacked
as
in
well. USC, shout out USC because Washington, god damn, they were trying to fuck it. They were trying to fuck that over. But
USC, another one of those teams with Marty Musselman,
yeah,
that could make some noise in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah,
because they seem to be playing really well right now.
I'm going to give you a team right now that I think is going to win their conference tournament, and I think is going to win a game in March. That we were on their wagon earlier this year.
Okay.
Because they beat Providence, I think. Or
I mean,
they
you
kept
could
it close.
Fucking pick a
No,
team
and
we've lost them.
Central Connecticut.
Wow.
Dude, they are kind of a wagon. They're 24-6,
Okay.
14-2 in the neck. And they just rolled Lemoyne. I mean, Lemoyne's fucking awful, but they rolled them yesterday. They play FDU next game.
FDU's really good, though.
Yeah. That's probably the championship right there.
FDU is really good this year. So that definitely is a championship.
I know. I just remember like we were kind of all over Central Connecticut for like 2 or 3 games earlier this year, or I was at least, and then kind of forgot about them. They dwindled, and now they're back.
What happened in that?
It got fucked. Long Island.
Yeah, no, Chico State.
Yeah,
Oh,
Long
yeah,
Island.
yeah.
Yeah, they were minus 12.5. They were literally covering the entire game, and Chicago State fucking at the end of the game backdoor cover.
Damn it.
11.
Damn it. It's still freezing cold in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Should have never faded Wisconsin. Stand up. That's my bad.
No, Brady, I know it's the semifinal. I'm saying like I think that's the final. That like whoever wins that game, I think is winning the conference.
Just want to shout out really quickly because I think it's hysterical when this happens because it happens to people that work at Bookit constantly, and I think it's funny when it happens to someone that we know and that we love. How about Kish tweeting out Jaden McDaniels under points and he has 29?
Shout out Kish.
It just feels so good because that happens to me on a nightly basis.
Yeah.
And then you see someone like Kish go through it, and it just, I love Kish so much. I think Kish might be if we're drafting top 3 Bookit people, he'd be my 1-1.
Wow.
Just because I think Kish and I are close like that. But man, that one was funny. Man, that one felt good to watch because I know that happens to me on a nightly basis. And just having talked to Kish on 4th the other night, I just know he was in scrambles.
That's some Caruso type shit.
Yeah, that was some Caruso type shit out of Kish. But
Kish
here's
Caruso?
the thing about me, though. Unlike the rest of people on Gambling Twitter, I'm still in Kish's foxhole. If he tweets out a play today, I'm tailing.
You have to.
I'm tailing.
Only a bounce back.
I'm
is
tailing.
coming.
Other than that, nothing big in the NBA happened other than Max Christie just selling everyone. He just had one of the worst second halves of all time. I had him in a 4-piece that would have hit if he just played basketball in the second half. I don't even know if he had his shoes on.
Yeah.
So that was embarrassing, but shout out the Mavericks. I just want their season to just tank farther and farther and farther and farther and farther until Nico Harrison gets fired. So shout out to that bot.
Soccer yesterday was kind of rat.
Shout out Liverpool.
Yeah, shout out winning though. Didn't go over. Arsenal won by $1 trillion. We said that might be the trap game. Not the trap game.
Yeah, not the trap game. We were pretty much wrong at every level yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, you said Real Madrid, Atletico, both teams to score. That hit.
That did hit. I think that was Pega, though. Pega might have.
Yeah,
I'm not going to steal that from Pega.
Yeah.
He might have hand-fed that one, and I just said it out loud.
And we said the Club Bruges draw under.
Just
neither of those hit.
neither of those hit.
Yeah.
Yep. We had a bad day on the pitch. But you know what, though? We're not pitch guys.
We aren't pitch guys.
Until basketball is done, that's when we got in our Champions League back.
That is true. That is very
everyone
true.
Just relax on the Champions League. I'm only rooting for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold had one of the best Instagram posts ever to wake up to. It's just him celebrating with Harvey Elliott. And the caption was advantage Anfield next. So
Wow.
Love that. Take the advantage in Anfield.
Wow.
I don't know why we were plus 170. We're the best team in Europe right now. It just like drives me insane. I didn't bet it though. I didn't bet on Liverpool.
Well, I wouldn't bet on them either. They're your team. You got to root for them.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't. However, the Knicks, I can. And I do. And it makes me hate them. It literally makes me hate them. We might need a charger. Fuck.
Rap, can you grab Nick's charger?
By any chance? Please, potentially. Let me actually can I pull something up for you real quick?
Ooh.
Chad, I'm fighting like a moth right now, dude.
What do you want to pull? What are you trying to pull up?
Actually, I didn't by pull up. I just meant I'm gonna pull my phone out and look at something. Yeah, Max Christie sold a 4-man, so he's banned. Dude, I placed a lineup yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw Lauren tweet Alex Sarr, and I was like, "That's going in," because anytime she tweets a weird NBA player, he's automatically green.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went on Prize Picks, and I was going through, and I clicked on Johnny Juzang, and he had the worst chart I think I've ever seen in my entire life at 9 points. So I made a Juzang Sarr 2-piece.
Mm-hmm.
Posted it, shut my phone, held my buddy's move, open phone after Juzang green. Jovan also tweeted Juzang. Wow. So I like somehow mind melded with Jovan while in the trenches of moving and hit possibly the most disgusting Prize Picks lineup of all time. Thank you, Rep. Of potentially of all time of Alex Sarr points and Johnny Juzang points.
That is disgusting.
Like, that's fucking disgusting.
That is disgusting.
And when I tweeted, I was like, this might be the most disgusting lineup you're going to see today.
And I think you're right. I think you were right.
But sometimes that's how you gotta
100%.
That's how you got to go about.
I would
today.
say most times you should go like that.
That's how you got to go about today. People also forget when I started social media, it was when Juzang was on that UCLA team that almost won the Natty, and I was all over. I was like, this kid's going to be the best player in the NBA
Tiger?
in 5 years, and he's just the
He
biggest
sucks,
role player
He
potentially
sucks,
of all time.
Tiger Campbell as
Yeah, it
well.
was him, Tiger Campbell. There's one more.
It wasn't TJ Leaf.
No.
He was before him, right? Remember how goated he was?
There's one other guy that was just so good. I used to love betting on him.
Remember how goated TJ Leaf was?
But I loved Juzang.
I don't know. TJ Leaf, Pacers legend.
Who else was on that Johnny Juzang UCLA roster that was just so good? I want to say it was like another guard.
Jaime?
I don't think Jaime was on it.
He might have been.
I think he came in a little later.
No, I think he was a freshman on that team. Was he not?
Was it
I think he stayed there for a while.
Was it
Yeah.
Jaime?
Yeah.
The UCLA team that went deep in the tourney. Was it Jaime? And then they were the number 1 team in the country. Bailey sounds right. Amir
Ace Bailey.
No, Ace Bailey's on right.
No, Amir Bailey. Amir Bailey's the dude, the kid who went to Sierra Canyon. And his mom was fucking Drake.
I think that was the next year.
Yeah, I don't think that he was on that team.
No, I think that was the next year.
But that's the kid.
Jaime might have been, yeah.
Tiger.
Tiger
Okay, here, I
Campbell
got it.
was
Yeah,
definitely-
Jaime was on the team.
Okay.
Peyton Watson.
Peyton Watson was good. He's on the Nuggets now.
It
It might have been Peyton Watson.
Yeah, those are the guards that you would have taken.
It might have been
Jalen
Peyton
Clark.
Watson. I don't remember. James.
Jules Bernard.
Jules
That was him.
fucking Bernard,
Yeah, the
dude.
light-skinned dude.
Oh my God. Hold the phone.
That's him.
Jules fucking Bernard. Yes, dude. That was so him.
Yeah.
That was so him. Shout out Jules Bernard, man. That fucking UCLA team was so much fun to bet on. That team was so much fun to bet on.
They were.
Jules Bernard and Johnny Juzang. That was so it. Fuck, dude. That team was electric.
That team's actually sick.
Yeah,
With
they
Jaime
lost-
and Tiger.
They
too.
lost to Suggs at the Buzz,
Yeah.
dude. Remember that
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. I remember
was such
exactly
a-
where I was. I was at Harpo's.
I was with Trent at Superbuck.
Wow.
Watching it with UCLA money line in my pocket.
Wow.
And they were plus, like, I think it was 300 something, 200 something. And I was like, leave the points. I'm taking the M out. And then Soul got fucking sucked.
Sucked. So
But then I got my lick back.
they
and I-
won on a buzzer beater though in that tournament as well. I think
Who?
UCLA.
Yeah,
I think they hit
it
a
was-
buzzer
I
beater.
think it
to
was
win it.
Juzang.
Yeah, was it?
Wedded one. I think so. Anything happen in your life interesting last night?
Anything interesting? I got my oil changed.
Ugh, that is the worst.
That
dude.
was it.
People sleep on like how annoying it is to go to a car place because one, I feel like you're speaking to snake oil
Yeah.
salesman at every level.
Yeah, they're.
I've never been to a car place where I haven't felt like someone is just trying to rob me of something,
Cannot agree more.
either my dignity or my money.
Yeah.
Like there's just never been
Yeah.
a time where I've gone to a car place and there hasn't been a guy that's tried to outman me or like steal all my money.
Go to your car maker's dealer. Yeah, that's usually what I do if there's like actually something wrong.
Well,
like
that's
an
what I
oil
do every
change.
time.
Yeah, just oil change. I'll just go wherever because like I'll just be like I don't want anything else done. Just like go fucking put the oil in. But they're like, do you want me to rotate the tires? What the fuck?
Can
Don't they
someone
don't
explain
they
to me
fucking
what
rotate when I
that
drive?
means?
Don't they rotate when I drive?
What does that mean? I actually need to know what that means because they say it to me every time and I go, yeah, yep, sure, go ahead. But what the fuck does
Yeah, I know.
what does rotate my tires mean? Because they spin all day on the ground.
all day, literally
so
all day.
what does that mean?
I have no idea.
It's literally like being like, do you want me to you want me to bend your finger for you? It's like they bend all day. So what do you mean? What do you mean?
I have no idea. Literally, no
They're
idea.
saying you know, wear and tear front and back. They're spinning. It's constant spinning.
Yeah, do they flip the fuck? I have no idea what they do.
What do they do? Fucking detach and spin it?
Or do they like move the tires? Do they take the tires off and put them in different spots?
What, like move? You're putting my left to
Like
the
they
back right,
rotate
my
'em, yeah.
back right
They
to the
rotate
front.
'em,
Like, the
What do
fuck
they
are you
do?
guys talking about?
What do they do?
Everyone's like, we are so fucked that these two don't know how to
Wait, so do they actually
rotating
take
your
the front? Oh,
tires.
do they actually take the front tires and put them on the back? Take the back ones and put on the front? There's no way that's real.
No way.
There isn't. Dude, I thought they were just spinning them.
Same.
That's what
I thought they just go under and they do that.
Yeah.
And they spin it like a. I thought they treated it like one of those boxing bags. where
Oh
you
my
go like
god,
thi-
they actually
where
do
you go
that.
like this. I thought that's what I did with my tires, and they just spun it.
They actually do that.
What do they do?
They change that. They take the tires off and fucking move them.
What do you mean though?
They rotate them.
They actually go right to left.
That's what
left
they're
to front,
saying. That's what
front
they're
to
saying.
right.
Dude, that's if they're fucking with me right now.
But what does that do? They're still spinning all day. So why
No,
does that save
No,
them?
no. Not like spinning them. Like I think it's what I'm reading. There's a lot of chats going on right now, but what I've gathered is that the front tires wear faster than the back ones, so you have to switch them so you can like wear them evenly.
But are they not all moving all the time?
Yeah, but it's just there's more weight in the front probably because the engine is in the front. I would assume that'd be my
60% of
small
turns
brain
are-
guess.
60% of turns are right turns, so the wheels become uneven.
Wow.
You guys blew my mind.
I
I
can relate.
literally.
I'm 26 years old. I'm sorry I've never fucking rotated tires in my life.
Yeah, you guys that are like, fuck, dude, we are fucked. It's like, dude, shut the hell up. If I wanted to get into cars, I would have went to fucking school for it. So no, I don't know when I walk in there, I'm literally one of the blind mice.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah.
go, we got to rotate your tires and put the air conditioning fluid in the fucking rear end of your car, and we got to spin the wheel and spank it on the back. You could say anything, and there would not be a thing that I go, nah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
Someone asked, "Do we know what an oil change is?" Richie asked. Do I know what it does?
I know if I pull
No.
that stick out and it's a little
It's
too
coming
low,
out. Yeah,
then
it's
I
coming out.
got to do something with it.
Also, I also know that there's a fucking sticker that says, "At this mileage, go get your oil changed."
Yeah,
So
true.
I go do
My
that.
car actually gives me a beep, beep,
Yeah, so does
beep,
mine. Yeah,
beep,
I
beep.
get both those. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
I just go over there and they do it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's
Dude,
what
if
I
there's
do.
one part of my life where I just could not be
The blinker fluid.
where I could just be more lost, it's
Yeah.
when it comes to cars.
Yeah,
It's when it comes to cars.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
could not agree
did.
more.
I'm not even gonna lie. Literal fucking shambles when it comes to cars, dude.
Yeah, OG Sour. That's what the guy told me too. So I'm gonna start doing that. You rotate them every oil change.
Dude, and I feel like this is more of a compliment, but in my last relationship, her dad was a man's man and like knew everything about cars, knew everything about that kind of shit. And I'll tell you what, dude, it felt like when we were having conversations about cars and shit, I was dropped in fucking knob. Like it was like, dude,
It's
I
like
felt
not in
like,
your head yet.
dude, I was
Mhm.
in the bush.
Yeah,
I
do-
was
know.
in the bush trying to like, you check your tire pressure, you know, and I'm just, they're coming from everywhere and I'm trying to defend myself, but I'm just a kid that knows nothing about cars and has no feet to stand when it comes to cars. Like I might be literal bottom 2% of car knowledge.
Yeah, dude, same. I'm down there too. Rod guy said, "Don't forget to change to the summer air in your tires too.
Yeah.
Need the
right.
summer air.
Yeah, I need the
So
summer
you get that
air.
warm air in there.
Yeah.
Or do you
Also,
want
keep in
cold
mind-
air in there?
Also, Josh,
For
keep
the
in mind,
summer.
I grew up in New Jersey. I had to genuinely learn how to fill my gas tank when I drove out to Texas. I had a girl. I was when I was in
You didn't know how
college.
to put gas in your car?
Well, dude, they do it for you in New Jersey.
What?
Yeah.
Everywhere?
Yeah.
There's
everywhere
some
in New
places
Jersey.
that do that in Illinois.
Everywhere in New Jersey, you stay in your car. The guy comes up, you go, "Can you fill it with whatever?" And then they do it for you.
What?
But in college, my girlfriend lived in Delaware, so I would have to go there, and I did learn how to do it then. But then I really was like to the flames when I drove across the country.
I mean, it's pretty easy. It's not too hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely easy.
Take the
but-
nozzle, like click the button.
Yeah, but when I was like in high school, fucking, it would have been rocket science.
I guess yeah. Like you had never like seen someone even pump it.
No, I'd
Like,
just
you
be
don't
sitting.
look at the
Yeah,
people,
and I'm
yeah.
not looking at the fucking thing. I'm
Yeah.
going on my phone. Fucking, dude, also,
I would pump the gas sometimes for my mom, like because it was like freezing outside. I would go out there and pump the gas when I was a kid.
My dad, whenever we would go on road trips, would be like, "Mikey, you got to come learn this." I would, dude. There are some times in life where I can be really good at just shutting my brain off, but
Yeah.
being in a situation and literally absorb zero, like
Zero.
absorbing zero. I was watching him do it, and I was like, "Yep, okay, very good. I'm gonna go get a Powerade." Zero. Literally zero. Dude, I was in an Uber back from Dallas. I think I told you about this Uber. It was like this lady from Louisiana. She was so interesting. She was like 50 years old, and we just talked about like a bunch of different stuff. And she was like talking about how she can do any job. She's like, "You need a tire chain? I can change tire." I was like, I was like, "Sister, if I had," she started calling me brother, so I called her sister. It was, I felt like I had made it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Sister, if I had to change a tire, we are fucked." So I was like, "I can't do it," and she was like, "No, you could do it." And I was like, I promise you right now, if I'm side of road, tire is out, my phone is ringing every possible company in a 10-mile radius because I cannot do it.
You know, do you have a toll tag?
Mm-hmm.
Nice thing about here is if you get a flat tire on the highway or anything happens, they just come get you for free. You call AAA, they just come get you. Come fix your stuff for free.
That would be unbelievable.
It's actually, so there you go. You don't need to know how to fix your tire.
I'm happy.
feel like-
I'm happy you didn't know what a tire
Should we-
rotation was because I genuinely thought they stood under it and just spun the wheel.
No, yeah, dude, I thought that it was like something to do with like the axle. Like that's what I assumed it was because I didn't know that they would take the tires off and fucking move them. I thought it was like something to do with like the evening out the axle. That's what I thought it was, like rotating like the inside.
Dude,
of it.
I'm gonna go one step further. What the fuck is an axle?
The thing that your car sits on, like all the tires are like connected, like by an axle. So
Oh
there's,
yeah,
there's
okay,
like a rod
yeah,
in the middle, and
it's
then
like
they
the,
connect.
yeah, the T thing.
It's like when
a
you make like
double T.
Legos, like when you make
double T.
Lego. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you,
So like that's how I know that it's from Legos, like literally.
dude.
Not
I've
from
never
fucking cars.
I've never been into cars, and I've never been a car guy, and I don't think I ever will be. So there's just no part of me that like genuinely cares to be judged about knowing cars. There are like a couple topics where it's like when I don't know about it, I feel embarrassed and I feel really dumb. But there is zero part of my body and brain in my existence that when I'm talking to car guys feels embarrassed when they're like, "Oh, you don't know the triple XY Z4 tint on the windows and the fucking G64 engine turbo power." It's like, brother, put it away.
Brother.
Put it away.
Brother.
Car guys, horse girls.
Did you guys have
the worst?
Did you guys have like a shop class at your high school?
No.
We had like probably like 10 to 20 kids at our high school that would like literally like pretty much their entire day. It was like they were just in shop class. They would just like be
Yeah,
building
that's cool.
cars and shit. That was cool. But like, and I'm pretty sure most of them like work as like mechanics now, which I'm sure they do.
Well, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But it was actually kind of cool, but never really
I will
got
say,
into it.
though, I'll do this. I'll go one step further, Josh. We got car guys, horse girls, sports guys. We're the worst.
Worst.
We're the fucking worst. We're the
Worst.
worst. We're the worst.
At least car guys like have knowledge of stuff that like
Matters.
could be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be
It's
like,
like,
"Oh,
I
babe,
never-
your car's broken down.
yeah.
Let me come fucking help you out, dude."
I never need to know what fucking Felicio averaged in 2010.
Dude, I'm not like a man. I'm not, and it's easy to look at me and go, "He's not a man's man." But I did construction for like three summers straight, so I'm actually pretty handy. Like I can build shit and I know how shit works. But when you put me in a room with a man's man that like knows his cars, like knows woodworking, knows like carpet, like I'm fucking dude. I'm in the bush. I'm in the bush. They're shooting at me. I got no cover. I'm calling in reinforcements. I got no help. But if it comes like building something or hanging shit, I can fix shit. Like I've fixed disposals for people.
Wow.
Yeah, like I can like, fix shit. Like I used to have to
Wow.
install that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
When I worked construction, we used to have to get people's beach houses ready down the Jersey Shore. So it'd be like, "Oh, our fucking faucet is broken or
Yeah,
this is
like, just go
broken."
for
And
a
I can
handyman.
like, yeah, I can like fix shit. And like, you know what I'm really good at? Hanging shit. You need something hung, dude. I know exactly. But I'll tell you what though, I learned what a concrete hook was. There's a lot of wood,
Yeah.
a lot of wood, so I can find a stud.
Yeah.
I used to be able to, when I was peak construction, I used to be able to find the stud just by noise. I didn't have to have a
Yeah.
stud finder, and I could just hang shit up. Goated. Dude, we went to a house, someone tried to hang something, no stud, whole wall, fucked.
Wow.
And then I showed up, we fixed the wall, and then they're like, "So where do we put it?" And I didn't have the finder. Dude, I literally thought I was Jesus Christ. Like there was a moment where the lady that owned the house, she was like, "How did you know?" And I felt like I was giving sermon. And it was just like, well, there's going to be a very distinct.
You find it right there. You think?
Yeah. Well, I was like, well, on this wall?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could find it on this wall. Maybe I'd have to start here and work my way.
That'd be awesome.
There's like a very like
Yeah, you can
distinct.
be
Yeah,
like,
you
hell
could
yeah.
find it for sure. I could find it on this wall for sure. I'd have to start here and work my way over. But that was probably a top 2 moment of my life.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my
Felt
god, how
really
did you?"
good.
And I put it up, and when I was like, "We're good." And then the guy came down from upstairs. He was like, "You need the finder?" And I was like, "No, I got it." And he was like, "Well, just check." Caught the finder. Me. Got him. Got him.
That's hilarious.
Got him.
That's so good.
So yeah, but I've been in situations with like men, and there's honestly like nothing I respect more than like a man's man, like a guy that can just do everything. Like you got my full respect, and like they are a rare breed. I am not them because I have no car knowledge.
Nor am I.
I got no car knowledge, 0. And also like my dad told me this crazy like when I was home. I'm so off base right now. Forget it.
Forget it.
He just like redid an entire room in his first house. And I was like, dude, you can't even fucking put the lid on the butter.
Like he did like how long ago? Like
he did like when he was in his 20s. He was
okay,
he drove me around New Jersey and showed me like where he grew up and stuff because we like doing that sometimes. We'll like go to breakfast and then he'll be like, "You want to do the tour?" And we'll do like a little tour of where he grew up and like where he met my mom and shit. And he was like, "You see that? I renovated that entire room with your Uncle Jack and like did all this shit." And I was just like, what? If you're my dad now, dude, there's not a service we don't hire for. Like the fucking a literal like I've done shit for my family where they were like, "Oh, we were just gonna call someone." And I was like, that took me 5 minutes.
taking the pizza box outside.
So yeah, literally, it's like, "Oh, the fucking recycling's full. Somebody get someone on that." No, it's not that deep, but
Yeah.
it's like I was like, "Damn, what do you mean? Like you don't even do that shit. You don't do that shit." And he was just like, "No, I used to do it." He's like, "I used to do." He did construction in Jersey City. I learned when he grew up, and then I did construction over the summer. Which, by the way, construction over this in the Jersey Shore summer, it is the fucking worst. But I'll tell you what, I get why. It's just it breeds alcoholics, dude. You're just working outside all day.
All you want is a
You're
beer.
working with like the wealthiest people in New Jersey because we were building houses and then getting houses ready. And some of those people are just the fucking worst of all time. Dude, I had a lady building their house, and my job would be like just whatever we needed help with, I would just run around and help. Like if we needed help, like getting the wood ready, whatever it was, like, I was the utility man. I was like the glue guy.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I would have to stay an hour later than everyone else because I would sweep all the job sites. You get all the dust shavings off. So if they want to come look at the house, it's not dirty. Dude, I was fucking sweeping ass off. So sweaty, like so gross, like headache, water was out, staying an hour later, sweeping. Woman that owns house comes to house. I'm upstairs. It's just bare bones wood. There's no paneling down. There's no flooring down. It's just wood. It's literally the bare bones. Sweepage. She come upstairs with her shoes on and goes, "Would you mind while you sweep if you just left your shoes at the door?" Dude, there's like loose nails on the ground, like wood shavings that could fucking like fuck your feet up. And I literally looked at her and I was like, "Excuse me?" And she was like, "Would you mind if when you're sweeping like these floors, if you could leave your shoes downstairs so there's not markings when you're done sweeping?"
That's
I
insane.
was like, "You got golden gooses on right now."
And your house isn't finished.
Not even close.
It's
She was
like,
like, "I want to be able to take photos without the footprints."
that's
It's like,
insane.
bro, what the
That's
fuck are you
insane.
There's loose nails.
Yeah, it's not like, yeah, lads, I agree with the lady. It's not a finished house. It's like a unfinished house that he's just like
This
getting all
room
the
you're
shit
about
out
to
of.
take a picture of, we haven't
There's
even
nothing.
put like the actual shit that's gonna look like. You're
Yeah.
just taking. It's like taking pictures of a fucking the bag of Legos instead of what's actually fucking.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to have to deal with the worst people, dude. I got sun poisoning so bad one time. I had to dig a foundation of a house. I don't know if you've ever done foundations.
No.
Dude, you're just in a pit, and we couldn't use a digger because we were on the water side, and you don't want to dig too deep, so we had to do it with shovels. And it was like it was first week of the new summers, and it was so hot, and there was no tree coverage and we were just getting fucking belted by sun. And we were digging foundation with shovel. And digging a foundation is just brutal. Like you're just digging like 4 feet, 3 feet underground, and you're just digging, and it just sucks. Like your hands are raw. By the end of the day, it's fucking horrible. And we were just trying to get it done. Like we ate like the smallest lunch ever because we were like, we just need to finish this, so we're done with the foundation so that they can come in and start doing their shit and we can go to another job. So we just like cranked out this foundation, but it ended up taking the whole day. And I had like half my jug of water for the whole day. Like I was just so locked in. Like we were handing off shovels, like going back and forth, going band for band with shovels. Dude, I got home from work. First time this has ever happened in my entire life. Get home from work. I fall asleep in the car that was driving me home. I was like doing one of these and I was like, damn, like I'm normally tired at the end, but like this feel like I'm like getting nauseous. I like get in the house, I'm like, so I can like feel the sunburn setting in, which is like the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Like it was a little red and then it starts setting in and you're like, oh, I'm in trouble.
I'm so fucked. Yeah.
Turn the shower on, dude. I had like a little routine. It was when Playboy Cardi had just released one of his albums, so I would just throw the Playboy Cardi on. And no, it wasn't all that.
It had to be.
First album.
It had to be.
It was his first
album. Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, it's Playboy Cardi. It was my freshman year in college.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was not Playboy Cardi. That was Die Lit. Right?
No, Playboy Cardi. It was Magnolia. I'm a year old.
Oh yeah, so then yeah. Oh yeah.
So I get in the shower, dude. It felt like the world was stopping in live motion, and I started just sinking. And I got to my bare butt on the shower floor, passed out in the shower, and then woke up like 2 minutes later, threw up. Had like one of the worst cases of sun poisoning of all time.
Sucks.
I called my boss. Was like, "Yo, I don't know what's happened to me. Do I need to go to the hospital?" And he was like, "What'd you do today?" And I was like, "We dug the foundation." He was like, "Did you drink any water?" I was like, "No." And he was like, "What do you feel like?" I was like, "Every time I put something in my body, I throw it up, and I feel like I'm dying." And he was like, "You have sun poisoning. You don't have to come into work tomorrow. Just drink a bunch of water and eat saltines. You'll be fine in like 2 days." I was like, whoa. Dude, it was the worst feeling of all time.
Sounds terrible,
it was like fever dream sleeping for 2 days.
Yeah.
It was hard, dude.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was hard. But yeah,
now you know not to do that again.
That was my
Don't be
construction
digging
arc.
foundations.
That was my construction arc. I once broke a screen and then blamed it on the lady's son. So good, dude. We were putting up screens and my thumb went through it.
Mhm.
And it was like an old ass screen in like this nice ass house. So, yeah, if you got the money, just get new screens. Like we're putting up the same screens for 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're wear and tear. They're right on the ocean. So they're getting the salt water on the screen. They're a little brittle. And I fucking went to go clip the thing and thumb went right through it and just left it. I was like, they're not going to notice. I was talking, I forget what the guy's name was that I worked at, Billy. I was like, they're not going to fucking notice, dude. Just fucking, we're moving on. They're not going to notice the fucking screen. Because I was like, dude, I just broke the screen. He was like, we got to tell. I was like, weird. You open that mouth, I'll fucking kill you. GTA. We would always walk through the house with them because they like would be so specific about the way they want it. Like we would put their furniture out. We would fucking, and she goes, "Oh, what is this? Was this when you put it up?" Through my teeth. I was like, yeah, I saw that hole. I didn't know what to do about it. We did see her. She had like small sons. We're like, we saw your sons a couple days ago playing in the garage. Maybe one of them broke it. But if you want, we can go pick up new screens for you. And she was like, "Oh, those boys. Yeah, we're going to need to get a new screen. Can you put that on the list?" And I was like, yeah, we absolutely put that on the list.
And Mikey's going to jail.
No, dude, it's like, like, what do you want me to do there? I'm not getting yelled at. Fuck that.
You might have a warrant out
Fuck
for your
that,
arrest
dude.
in New Jersey.
I think that the statute of limitations?
Yeah, it might be gone.
Yeah,
Might be
statute
gone.
of limitations is fucking. See you later.
What's the statute of limitations for breaking a woman's screen when you're working at her
It's got to be
house?
5 hours.
Five-
If you haven't figured out in 5 hours, I'm good.
that might be that. I would give her 24. That's a day. It's a day thing.
But also, if you like met these people, dude, they're just like,
Yeah.
some of the worst people of all time. They're just so rude. Like I've never been like treated rude in my life, like I did for 3 summers.
Yeah.
And like the guy that hired me is like our family friend. And I was just like, dude, I just can't believe that you like go through this every day. Like people are just so rude, dude. Like when the lady asked me to take my shoes off, like her tone, if you could have heard it, was like, dude, I just literally worked to the bone on this house all day. And I'm staying late because
And my shoes have been on the entire time.
Yeah.
Look, if I take
Your
them off
shoes are on.
now, if I take them off now, nothing's gonna change.
But
I've
yeah,
worn them
so
all day.
long story short, I'm not a man's man. I can fix stuff. I can be handy. But when I encounter a man's man, it's like he's goated in my eyes. Like he's goated. He's fucking goated.
Who's the epitome of a man's man? Like, who would you like? Chuck Norris? That's a man's man.
No, dude. A man's man is
No?
like a man's man.
Chuck
is,
Norris, I mean, is like, come on.
No, dude. The man's man is
Bookit with
like
Trent.
the blue collar construction worker in New York City that just fucking can eat 3 slices of pizza and build a fucking building. And then
just sit
put
on
away like
scaffolding.
20 beers. But if you're like, yo, my washing machine is broken, even though all he does is woodworking, he can fix the fucking washing machine. That's what it is.
Mike Rowe.
That's what it is.
Is Mike Rowe the guy that did the Dirty Jobs? Yeah.
Dirty Jobs.
That show is gas. I
Dirty
actually
Jobs.
watched that
Dirty Jobs.
the other day.
I mean, yeah, it was one of the best shows of all time, dude. When we were growing
So
up,
good.
it was just like, dude, that's fucking gross.
Dude, that's fucking gross, bro. Do you have any
Did you have any odd jobs?
any odd jobs? No like weird jobs. I was like a camp counselor, like a sports camp counselor when I was in high school. In college, I worked at Pickleman's, like a sandwich shop.
Nice. I never worked in the
Delivery.
service industry.
Yeah, I just did delivery. I would like make the sandwiches sometimes, like if it was like dead and like no one was doing shit, but yeah, delivery. It
I
was
had
fun
like
though.
finance internships, interned at the NFL Network, and then did construction.
I interned at my dad's company as well,
Nice.
in the marketing department.
My dad was always like, can't work for me until you have 3 years of experience. I was like, dude, then what's the point?
I mean, like I didn't get paid. It was a free internship. It was just like I literally was just like doing bitch work for this guy. It was like I was like going through like their leads page essentially and just like categorizing each person and like what like expertise they're in. So it's like if you're like I would find someone from like United and like they'd be like, oh, they're in plane parts or they're in cybersecurity, whatever it is. Like I was like organizing them.
Yeah.
By that,
Yeah.
It wasn't that fun, but
Maybe we need to like get into cars, dude.
we might.
Nah, fuck it. I'm never doing it. I literally promised myself I would never be a car guy, and to this day I will not be a car guy. I refuse.
I'll never be a car guy unless I'll be a car guy if I get a sick car. I'll be a car guy for that car.
No.
What?
No. My goal is a G-Wagon. That's my goal. I've said it since I was in college or whenever they came out. I don't remember when they came out, but I remember seeing my first one going, I'm getting that car one day.
Mhm.
So I am going to one day have a G-Wagon. Stamped. Like I will have a G-Wagon one day. I don't care if they're horrible cars. I don't care if I think they are so fucking sick. But I'll tell you what, I will never be a car guy that goes, oh, is that you got the Aston Martin 816592, the wine glass edition with the 75 2-inch rims. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no,
actually,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
actually.
I want a what is it? The AMG, the GLC 43. That's what I want.
Nice.
Mercedes.
Nice.
You ever seen those? It was like crossover. They're like between cars and
Mhm.
trucks.
I don't know the names, but yes.
They're so sick.
You know what I respect? I respect the guy that just has a fucking pickup, but uses the pickup.
Dude, I want a truck as well.
I
eventually.
can't, dude. If
Dude.
if this body gets out of a pickup truck, I deserve to get my ass beat every day of the week. Like if I fucking pull into a parking lot in a pickup truck and this body gets out of a pickup truck, I deserve to have my fucking ass beat.
That's so good.
7 days a week.
Have you seen the Raptors, the Ford Raptors?
Yeah, they're sick.
Those are sick.
I would love to be a pickup truck guy, but sometimes, again, you got to know your personnel.
Yeah, know your
I
personnel,
would
yeah.
be totally okay if this body got out of a pickup truck and someone beat the shit out
You know
of
what
me
you
every
could do?
time.
Like that's like kind of like truck-ish is get like a Bronco. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
new
ride
Bronco?
this next car till a G-Wagon. I'm convinced. I'm gonna make it big
mean,
in the
you're-
next
you're
year
nice
and a
to-
half
you're-
to where the G-Wagon is on the way.
Your car is very nice.
Very nice. I
Young-
love my
young
car.
one, Yeah.
I love my car. But the G-Wagon is next. It's got
Have
it.
you seen the Brabus G-Wagon?
No.
Oh.
See, like when you're saying you're throwing names at me.
So
I'm
maybe I do know a little more,
literally,
yeah.
Josh, in a year and a half, if I've made it and this show is doing what I hope this show is doing, all I'm going to do is walk into a Mercedes and go, "Excuse me, ma'am, Can I please have a G-Wagon? I don't even know anything about G-Wagons. I don't even know if they take premium gas, regular gas. I don't know anything about them.
This is the, yeah, because they're heavy. This is the Brabus. Here, right? Let me share this. There. That's it.
I mean, that's fucking sick.
Got like the big B on the front.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
So sick.
Sick. I need one. Like, I literally need one.
I need it.
Dude, there has not been a time I've gone to a car dealership to get a new car or get my car fixed that I haven't just been assaulted by the staff.
Really?
Because I just know nothing.
Yeah.
Like, when I got this car, dude, I went in there and I've been really good with my credit. Like, I always pay off my credit card. I always pay it off in full every single month. He literally started whispering. He was like, because they had to like give him my credit report, and he goes, "Don't tell anyone any of your credit. They're gonna try. You can get any car you want here." And then we like worked our way down to a car that's like not as expensive. But he was like, "Dude, if you got another person, like you would have gotten taken to the cleaners." Because he was like, "I can tell you don't know anything, and your credit's really good." He was like a really nice guy. I'm pretty sure he's been fired since, because the last 2 times I went back, I have not been able to find him, because I just want to one day be like, "Hey man, I really appreciate you for doing that." But yeah, dude,
they all say that.
I don't know if they do. I feel like a lot of people don't compliment your credit. He was like literally like, "Whoa," and then turned his screen.
Oh, you just went blurry.
I go blurry like 20 times an episode. It unfocuses and refocuses.
No, it was just like frozen blurry.
Like, he wasn't selling me. I could tell.
That's good.
But yeah,
that's good.
He was actually probably the first guy that didn't just assault me, dude. I used to go to the Volkswagen dealership around here, and the guy, I knew my name and had his card. Every time I went in there, 6 things would be wrong. I'd be like, dude, literally the last time I went in there, I was like, dude, I've come the past 4 weeks, and you've said this is wrong, then this is wrong. It was the only time I've ever been like genuinely engaged in combat with a car guy as not being a car guy. And I literally was like, I don't know anything about cars. I'm not doing those 3 things today. Like, I'm not doing those because I know for a fact that if those things are broken, I even threw for a fact, I know nothing about cars, that if those things are broken, you would have done it last week when I was here.
Yeah.
So now you're just pulling me in every week and asking me to do shit, and I'm not doing those. And then he was like, all right, we won't do them. We don't have to do them. But before that, he made it seem like life or death.
Yeah. They just try to fuck you, dude.
And then he was like, but if you don't do them, I'm going to see you in another month. Try to throw me attitude. And I was like, no, you won't. And then
you're going to feel the pressure.
No, and then the next week, car got destroyed by hail, so he'll never see me again. Fucking got him.
That's actually true. Yeah.
Fucking got him.
Yeah, we'll see you in a week, brother. My car's going to be total.
I'll see you in a week.
I'll bring it back here. It's going to be
total. I
total.
got news for you. Fucking thought I went through Afghanistan with hail and every window was shattered, and then the guy came and was like, total loss. No shit, dude.
Yeah,
looked like I was in Baghdad. Literally, like holes in the hood, in the side. The window was shattered, blown out, dude. I was like, dude. And they were trying. The guy on the phone was trying to be like, "It's not going to be a total loss, dude. Like, we'll be able to." I was like, dude, you haven't seen it. you don't even have to drive out here.
Is dented.
I was like, you don't even have to drive out here. You're gonna see it with 1 second and be like, shocked. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He looked at it for 2 seconds, was on the phone. He was like, I don't think it'll be a total loss. Email literally 2 hours later, total loss.
Yeah, you're good, brother.
Very good.
You can get a new car now.
Sounds good. Yep. I don't remember how I got around for those 3 days.
You got to rent
a new car. Oh, I did. That little blue Nissan. Yeah. No, yeah, maybe I'll just learn a lot about cars and just like, fuck, no, I can't. I'd rather do anything else with my life than cars. I just can't do it, dude. I just can't do it. But you know what, though? I need someone in my life that knows cars. Yeah. That can be like, oh, I'll change your oil for you.
It's not like oil. Like, it's not like you get them that often. How often do you get your oil changed?
You're asking me?
Yeah, like
whenever the thing goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, but like, I don't know like how long it takes. Like,
I got
6 months, maybe.
Dude, I got news for you. In my car right now, for the past week, every time I turn on, it says low pressure. I walk around, thumb the tires. They feel full. I'm not going in.
Thumb the tires.
I'm not going in, man. I'm not going in.
You don't have to go in. You can go fill up the tires by yourself. That's easy.
No.
Literally, all you do is take the caps off and just put the little thing on there, and it tells you when to stop. It just goes.
It's gonna ride till the wheel goes.
All right,
that's what I'm gonna do, man.
All right.
It's gonna ride, and then I'm gonna call the Audi dealer. Be like, what the fuck is that?
This is my dream car right here, Mike. I'll show it to you real quick, then we'll get crabby on that right there. Bang.
Oh yeah, that car's
so sick.
You got rapper tendencies.
Yeah, that's rapper tendencies.
It's definitely a rapper car.
So sick. Should we bring him on? Should we get Krabby in here?
Yeah, let's surf the slate. Let's run the graphic. Let's get Krabs on. We got a bunch of games you said today, so
Yeah,
we can
let's do
definitely
it.
get a little dirty, a little freaky. It's all mid majors.
It is. Let's do it.
Welcome back to Slate Service Bar Show Service. I give you all the plays and parlays you need, and that's why we got Krabs up here. Krabs, how are we doing?
You know how many parlays you got to hit, Mike, to get that car? A million.
Well, guess
That
what?
car that I showed you, guess how much money that car is? Not the one that I like, the one that you like. The G-Wagon.
250,000.
$850,000.
Yes, I just
Okay.
stock G wagon.
Stock
Just give me
G-Wagon.
the stock G wagon. That's it.
Okay. The stock bobble.
Yeah, the stock bobble.
Sure.
It's worth more than Jordan Poole.
It all comes back to Jordan Poole. Damn it.
Krabs, how you doing, man? You doing all right?
Doing well. Happy Thursday. Yeah, loaded slate today. A lot of ball sack states, a lot of mid majors. Big day.
I feel like this is where you eat.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I've actually got some homer picks on the slate for today.
Wow.
Some mid-major teams that I've been rooting for, some teams I've fallen in love with over the years. It's going to be a loaded slate on the Sharp Report today. Teams of very familiar squads, mid-majors that Chad has heard, and that we've been betting on for years. I'm excited for today.
Oh.
I am.
Before we do that, Josh, can you pull up the PLL Japan jerseys? I guess they just dropped.
They did. On
Yeah,
Twitter.
people are tagging us in those, Mike. They're fresh.
I haven't seen it yet.
Let me pull them up.
Well, that goes on. Krabs, do you want to guide me through this slate? Or do you want to do what we normally do and I'll throw some games at you?
Yeah, we can go through the slate real quick. We got an early start.
Yeah,
That
let's talk those
might
games.
pique your interest. We got
Let's go
Indiana State, SIU that starts up in about less than an hour. Indiana State and SIU, they actually just played 4 days ago. So the one time they played this season, they played a couple days ago. And Indiana State, they destroyed them. The Sycamores, they beat them by 18 in that game. They put up a 95 piece. I think they were minus 2.5 in that game or short favorites, and they came through. I thought it was kind of weird last night when the lines dropped. SIU was a favorite after getting spanked just 4 days ago. But then I wake up this morning and I see Indiana State as a fave, -1. So not as inclined to bet on SIU, but certainly intrigued when they opened up a favorite last night after they just got spanked by the same team.
I feel like I almost want to go better team Indiana State. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. And now with the line flip, I'm probably going to stay off.
They're
So
much better, by the way. Not that they're much better.
no, they're better.
Can we see
I
the
agree with you.
jerseys?
Boom.
Where are they at? Oh, shit. Damn, that's blue.
Blue.
That's a blue jersey.
Blue.
Sure.
That's sick, though.
That's, like,
Fuck yeah.
that's your Atlas, bro. They took your Atlas-based jersey.
They did.
Fuck
Fuck yeah.
some logos there.
WLL ones are actually
Let me
low-key
peep the
cool.
WLL.
They're like the same thing, but I think the W looks. I think the logo, the WLL looks cool, and the PLL low key.
You throw it up?
Low key. Yeah, those. Well,
Oh, yeah. That looks cool.
right.
Yeah, that's sick. I'm in on that. Oh, yeah. WLL does look a little cool.
Okay, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, Krabs. I could be in on that. I could be in on that game. What are you doing in this Missouri State game?
Dude, that one's tough because the line looks short. Missouri State hasn't won a game in forever. They're 9-22 this season. They're playing a pretty solid Illinois State squad who's 5 games over 500, another tournament game for these two teams. So whoever loses, their season's over. The line says it's Missouri State, but if you look at what these two squads have been doing, Missouri State's been covering a ton. They haven't been winning. Again, they're on a crazy losing streak right now, but they've been covering their last couple. So 4 of their last 5. And then Illinois State, on the other hand, they've been winning. They've won 3 of their last 4, but they've only covered 1 of their last 5. So they're winning but not covering. I kind of like Illinois State as a parlay piece. I lean them on the spread as well, -5.5. But I will say that spread does look short for Missouri State, but they've been covering too much for me to back them. And I think they're going to be a public dog today. As of right now, they are. I want to fade and take the Redbirds, I believe, is their mascot
Okay.
in this game. And it is a neutral site, but it's got to be close. It's in St. Louis. So relatively close, I guess, for
Okay.
both these squads.
Okay. I could get down for Illinois State. I mean, Missouri State looks junk.
Yeah, they're Jants.
I've never seen a team on paper look more Jansen than this team.
They're bad. 9-22
bad.
this season.
Well, there's one
On a
that
crazy
plays
losing
today.
streak.
Joshy's got nukes on this board. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
no. I'm saying there's one that plays today that's worse. I promise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, Krabs. I bet them the past 2 days. They've covered both. I'm going to take Georgia Southern again.
Ooh.
They might win this tournament outright, dude.
They're favorites again today.
They are again today. And I think we take them. And I'm going to take them against Georgia State. I like this Georgia Southern team all year. We've bet them in certain spots. We've lost money. We've made money. But I'm going to ride them. I think they might punch their ticket to March. They might just.
I mean, dude, some people don't like taking these teams that just played yesterday, or they've already played a couple games in these tourneys. They're going to be tired. These kids are 18 years old. Who gives a hoot? All they got to give is 40 minutes out there on the floor. Sometimes it benefits the teams that have already played.
They're hot,
right? They're red hot. They're feeling good after a big time win. They just smacked Southern Miss, who's dog shit, by the way, but they put up a 78 Berg. They're feeling pretty good going in this game as well today. They're playing a Georgia State team that they've already beaten once this season. They split with them, right? At least they didn't sweep them. So that makes me feel better about taking them. And they open up favorites as the 9 seed against the 8 seed. So automatically lean that way as well with you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Georgia Southern. I think you ride the hot hand there.
I'm actually very in on Georgia Southern today. That might be pod. That'd be P.O. Dizzy.
Wow.
A P.O. Dizzly.
I got one more early start
Yeah,
that I like to play in that you might be interested in getting involved in too.
The most disgusting game of all time.
San Diego Pacific.
Yep.
Sure. Hey, I like points in this game, boys.
What?
I like points in this game. I like the Elijah Fisher square up there on the board for Pacific. These guys have played twice this season. Both games went under. We saw the second total was a little bit higher than the first one. I thought that was weird. That game still went under. Now we're seeing a total, the highest it's been in the third matchup yet this season when these teams have gone under in both matchups. And the prize pick squares, especially for Pacific, are making it seem like these guys are all going to drop career highs tonight for Pacific in this game against San Diego. So I want to back points. Total's up 3 points as well from 143.5 to 146. I'm seeing some points here, boys. I think they mainly come from Pacific, but I want to bet the over.
I like that a lot. Also, the Orleans Arena is a spectacle.
A spectacle?
It's a spectacle.
Sure. Is it a spectacle?
Yeah. It's like a little convention center, almost like in a hotel.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But
in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it's in Vegas. Yeah, it's like a little off the strip. Dude, I love this. I actually love that over.
Okay.
Because that is disgusting. Like, there's not a soul looking at that game like, oh, these teams are scoring 150.
Josh, your American wagon.
Twice, both teams have gone under. Weird.
My American wagon is playing that.
Are you taking
and I have
them?
POD in that game.
No. Dude.
I'm going to fade the fuck out of American, dude.
What?
They suck. They were my wagon. They covered for me last game too, but I watched them play. They suck. They suck. They are not good at basketball. What? I'm going to take Lafayette plus the points.
Joshy, you can't fade American, man.
Oh, I'm
not just
Josh made them his wagon an hour ago.
No, like a week ago. I'm over him now. They suck at basketball.
Old news.
Lafayette, dude, Lafayette's a lot better than people think. They're not bad. I mean, this game's going to soar under too. So go ahead and mark that one up as a win. Take the under.
Mark that one as a win.
Okay.
129.5.
This was literally your wagon an hour ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm over him.
How do you get over a wagon that easy?
They're not good. Like I've just watched them play basketball, and they're not good. Dude.
I don't think this team is good, but they've cashed for me more times than not. I'm going to take St. Peter's at home -3.5 against Niagara. Sorry about it. I don't know if you like that one, Krabs, but I like it.
St. Pete's playing a little bit better right now, and they got Zakai Ziegler's brother as their starting point guard.
Sick.
It's insane. And they're playing a little bit better of late. So I don't hate you on the St. Peter's look, but they don't score much. That total's down to 127.5 as well. They're going to win with defense, but they've got 3 wins in their last 5. Niagara has not sniffed a win in their last couple games. They've been getting spanked around. It probably is St. Peter's.
Krabs, I have made I'm not going to say large, but a nice little bankroll just fading FAU this year.
Sure.
They suck.
They do.
Like, they're bad.
And they're going to have their hands full today going against Yaxel Lendenborg, who's a future NBA player, by the way, coming off of one of his worst games that I've ever watched in my entire life. I mean, he completely let the squad down against Memphis in a sharp spot. I'm obviously biased and pissed because I was on, UAB in that game, but he was in foul trouble the entire game. When he played, he was, extremely soft because he couldn't foul. He had 4 fouls the whole game. He stunk it up, and he's honestly stunk it up in his last 2 games. He's about to explode tonight. He's about to absolutely destroy this FAU Owls defense that's moose shit. I don't even care if the spread's down to 4.5. Maybe they cover, sure, but we're getting points. And you're seeing Yaxel Lendenborg showing up and proving that he's a future NBA talent. I love his PRA score.
I'm gonna take the -4.5. So I don't care if it's moved.
I don't blame you.
FAU sucks.
They do stink, and big bounce back game after a game they could have beaten Memphis in UAB. If they had their star out there, he let the team down. He shows up today. He carries them to a big time win. I'm with you.
One of the games I'm definitely taking, Krabs. I'm gonna try to have a really small pie today because I normally do not eat on mid-major slates. I just always somehow get my back blown out. But I'm going to take Middle Tennessee State against Liberty. I've been on MTSU the past 3 games, and they've looked very good, especially at home. I love these little pick'ems at home where I can just take my wagon and go to bed knowing that I took my wagon at home. I think they beat Liberty here. I wouldn't be shocked if they beat them by 5+, 10+. I just love the way this Middle Tennessee State team is playing right now.
I agree. Good find. I'm trying to see if there's any injuries for Liberty here. I'm trying to figure out why Middle Tennessee is a favorite, to be honest here. I know they're at home and they're playing really well of late, but I'm impressed and pleasantly surprised for the Blue Raiders here that they're favorites against a wagon Liberty in this conference. So I think you're on the side here, Mike. Liberty coming off a loss against Kennesaw. They don't look like Ma and Pa's Liberty team. They don't have Darius running around out there, a little 5-foot beast dropping 30 points a game. They're not as elite as they've been in recent years for a mid-major squad. So I think they're beatable. And right now, the way Middle Tennessee is looking, I think you got to bet them. They're ready.
I agree.
Yep.
Last game that I want to ask you about, Krabs, and then I'll let you and Josh talk about some other gross games. So I'm sure Josh has some gross games he wants to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Much like how we fade teams led by Noah Farrakhan, I am now firmly in the vein that if your best player on your team is Jaden Akins, that team is going to do fucking nothing. I'm taking Iowa at home plus 7.5. I don't care if the number gets up to 9, 10, 15. I refuse to bet on this Michigan State team, and I will be sticking to guns, standing on business. Iowa plus 7.5 at home against a Jaden Akins-led Michigan State.
Here's the deal. I 100% agree, Mike. I'm trying to talk myself into betting Iowa as well. But Michigan State just covers every damn game, and it's really starting to piss me off.
Not tonight.
I'm hoping so. I'm down to fucking dig the feed in, Mike, and fade them once again here and back Iowa with the points. Iowa has stunk it up in the last half of the season. They have been terrible. We know they can only win at home, so they got that going for them tonight. At least they're home. But they've been terrible. They should be 11.5 point dogs at home with how they've looked compared to Michigan State, who looks like one of the best teams in the country right now. So I'm with you, Mike. I think it is Iowa here as well. The one thing that scares me as a contrarian, Iowa does own Michigan State in recent history. They've beaten them 4 of the last 5 times they played, but they've had much better teams than Sparty in recent years. Now this year, that's kind of flipped. Hawkeyes at home, I still think is the look here, getting 7.5 points. Still trying to talk myself into it, though.
I've firmly talked myself into it. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm actually
fade is nobody else is going to have the guts to do it today.
Everyone in chat saying Michigan State definitely winning. Go ahead and place that -300 money line then. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Michigan State -10.5. Michigan State is winning today. What?
They might lose. I think when they finally fall and don't cover, they're probably losing outright, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Could be tonight.
If you take -300 straight, you deserve some sort of penalty that you can't come back from.
If you take a 3-unit play, though, and -300 and it hits, it's just like you put 1 unit.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
As long as it hits.
And then Peyton Sanford comes out and looks like fucking Prime Curry.
Yep.
Josh.
He's going to ball tonight. I think he's the most popular square on Prize Picks for CBB. Yep.
I mean, I love that. Dude, I'm taking his points. I might go Lendenberg, Sanford. Go to your goats at home. How about it?
They got Peyton Sanford, 8.5 rebounds and assists, which is extremely green. They got Josh Dix, 2.5 rebounds up there for Iowa. Very popular square as well. He's been grubbing rebounds. He has 4 in his last 2 games each.
Wow.
A lot of good-looking squares up there for Iowa.
All right, Krabs. Josh is going to pick your brain on the plays that he likes today because I know Josh has a platter that's just fucking gross.
Yeah, I mean, POD is disgusting.
No, dude.
Alcorn State, Mississippi Valley State, under 127.5. Dude, these two teams.
Like, but why do you want to do that?
Because I think it's gonna hit, and it's disgusting. I like betting. I prefer betting bad games.
That's just insane to me.
You know, you got to pay like $10 to watch this game.
No, it's on Mississippi Valley State's YouTube. I think I've been tapped in. I think they.
No
I think
way
they
you
throw it
know
on
how
there.
to watch fucking
No, 'cause I
Mississippi
watched-
Valley State
Because I
games.
watched a game earlier this year. I'm pretty sure it's on their YouTube.
You're a sick fuck, dude.
I've been seeing a lot of people in the feed bitching about paywalls. For
Yeah,
these
they
big
have
major
that.
games.
They have the fucking like they have like this like weird subscription service for like the shittiest league. They make you pay for it, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of the teams throw it on their YouTube too.
Wait,
Okay.
also, before we move really quickly, Josh, can you pull up Robert Davis Jr.'s profile picture on ESPN? I might have to bet Old Dominion because this kid just might be the most Mikey Overs player potentially of all time.
Robert, dude, he
From Old Dominion.
kind of looks like a girl.
Dude, I
From Old
saw
Dominion.
Mike Jones
kinda looks like
was
a girl.
nominated for first year coach of the year, like rookie coach
Wow.
of the year, the coach at ODU. He's doing a good job over there.
Guys, should I
Yeah.
try to get Robert Davis Jr. put up on PP? I mean, look at those diamonds dancing. Look at those diamonds fucking dancing, dude. That's 4 necklaces.
I'm surprised I don't have him up, honestly, on a day like today.
I might
15
have to
points,
make
yeah.
the corp call. Might have to make the corp call, Krabs.
Don't sleep on the
what other
Monarchs.
games you like, Josh.
I like that, and I also like the over in the Youngstown State game against Purdue Fort Wayne.
What do
It's
you
at
mean?
Penguins.
154.5.
Like, what do you mean?
That's just like that is a tingle play. Also, I mean, I know that Purdue Fort Wayne scores a shit ton of points. They play super fast. They average like 82 points a game.
Tingle play.
That's a tingle play though. That's just like you look at the logos, that shit's going over.
Hmm.
I know
They played
Krabs
twice. They played twice this year already. Both games soared.
Yeah, it's soaring again.
You might be losing me on this one.
Yeah, I knew Krabs would hate these sell jobs, but
All right, Krabs, if you could give the people in chat just one little Krabs play that we haven't asked you about for today's board, what would it be before we move to PP?
Yeah, let me scroll through and try to find something not on the Sharp report if I can. Let me give this one because it's absolutely ridiculous, and it is on the Sharp report, but that's okay. Let me set the scene. You got one-seeded Omaha, who's having a hell of a year. Omaha, I don't know if you saw the clip on X a couple days ago, but when they clinched the 1 seed, which in my lifetime, they've never been anywhere near the 1 seed in this conference, the president of the school like jumped out of a box on the court and there's confetti everywhere and they were going fucking nuts. And they prepped for it. It was a big deal. They were celebrating a lot. This is a big deal for Omaha, right? NEOM, N-E-O-M, the abbreviation you might see on there. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, that's Omaha. Okay. Nebraska Omaha is who we're talking about. They play the Roos tonight. 1 seed versus the 8 seed. The Roos are 7 games under 500. They're playing the Omaha squad, who's 7 games over 500. And they played twice this season already. Omaha spanked that ass twice. And now we're seeing the spread in this game open up at -1.5 on a neutral site for Omaha. I know it's up to 3.5. I'm not surprised. Everybody and their mother's probably laying it with the 1-seeded Omaha team. The Cinderella story, right? The team of destiny, the 1 seed that finally did it. Well, I got to come in and be Mr. Grumpy, and I got to find free coins, and I got to fade the cool story here, but I'll do it. And I'll fade Omaha, and I'll take the Roos, the much more physical squads that just cannot shoot at all. But luckily, they're playing against one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in Omaha, who just outscores everybody they play. But tonight, when the lights are bright in the tournament, their offense isn't showing up, and the Roos are the team that beat them in this third matchup.
UMKC is literally one of the worst teams.
they're so bad. Yeah, I like.
they're dog
I
shit.
do like that a lot, but they are
They're dog shit.
We've
Also
bet on them
defense
so many
stuff.
times.
Krabs, does it
The
scare
defense.
you that the ESPN predictor has them at 55% chance to win? That of like UMKC has a 55%.
No
chance.
fucking shot, dude.
Yeah.
I hate the matchup prediction.
Usually, I would
Drives
expect
me
Omaha to
crazy.
have like a 75% chance to win this game in the line short. It's weird that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not like that. Let's see. Omaha is 180 in Ken Palm. UMKC, I got to look up Kansas City.
Dude, they have some guys up here that
230.
have never
yeah, so there's a-
raised press picks before.
There's a decent gap there.
Decent gap. Kind of weird.
I like UMKC too. I'm not trying to scare you off. I'm just saying that's weird that they have that. Usually, it's like Omaha would be like 75%.
No, I'm
chance
with
to
you.
win.
I don't love hearing that.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, give me the ruse.
All right, let's go to prize picks. Let's do our
Sure.
little lineup. We didn't hit yesterday. We hooked one, and then I think Brooke Lopez took one shot. I don't know what he was doing, what he was on, what he was bitching on, but he fucking did not do shit for us. All right. There's definitely some weird ass squares on the board today for college basketball.
Yes, there are.
What if I got it started on the diamond? I'll say it.
Jesus fucking Christ. We could do it. We could do it, dude. I'm down for diamond. I'm down for some diamond.
I'm assuming you haven't taken a peep over at those squares, Mike? You haven't looked at
Not
the squares yet?
one time.
That's okay. It's honestly probably a good thing, right? It's probably healthy. Well, I'll go ahead and give you the rundown here, Mike. They got a Eric Fetty, former national,
Oh,
who is on the Cardinals now.
Okay.
Eric Fetty and Michael Soroka, who is now a future Nationals legend, but this will be his first year on the squads, who has yet to give up a run. This spring, he's looked unhittable. He's looked great so far. Cardinals lineup, nothing impressive. And you got Eric Fetty, revenge narrative here. And he's got a 3.5 strikeout square up there as well, which tells me he's probably going to shove against his former team. We're the team that let him go. And then he had to go to Korea to find his career back, the KBO, and then come back after he had a generational season over there in Korea. So he hates us, if I could not make that perfectly clear, because we're the reason why he had to go over there in the first place.
sure.
He's going to pitch fucking lights out today. I want to take this Nerfy in Soroka, who's been nails so far this spring, still trying to solidify his spot in our starting rotation. So he's not letting his foot off the gas. And then back in Eric Fetty in a revenge narrative against the Nats. Give me the Nerfy.
Okay. Fetty, Soroka, less than a run allowed. I like it.
Yep.
In on it. I like it. I might take the slip and put Peyton Sanford in. I fucking hate Michigan State.
I might cake the slip.
And I'm not trying to cake the slip, but like I just don't see a world in which he doesn't score 16 after having 7 and 9 the last 2 games.
You know, Mike, I'm happy to hear you want to take his points. If you want to take his points, sign me up, dude. Can we leave the
all
all at
points.
the door?
That's where I'm at.
Leave the RA at the door. Let's go with the P. Okay. I'm in.
I'm gonna go with a guy that I know Krabs is gonna love and he kind of sold me on him, dude. This dude,
Ooh.
Yaxel Lindenborg.
Sure, Yaxel.
Let's take his fantasy, dude. He is read it out the
Ooh, I
last 3
like that,
games.
Josh.
Maybe get some
Sure.
blocks in there. Maybe get a couple of steals in there.
Josh,
Get a
I
bunch of
love
rebounds.
that.
He's like a Kroger brand Wemby out there.
Let's go. He's at 44.5, which is
He does
fucking
it all.
absurd.
Josh.
He's
I
good
love
for a couple blocks, maybe a steal. Yep.
He literally has the highest fantasy score on the board by 13? Like no one's even close
Yeah.
to him. So
Coming
yeah,
off the worst game I've seen him play all year. He was atrocious in
Let's
that
do
last game. He's locking in tonight.
let's
he
do
is.
that.
Krabs, why does
Lock him in.
Goots want to make a bet with me?
When is he trying to bet you, bro?
I don't know,
Goots,
dude.
what are you trying to
Why
do,
the fuck
bud?
does Goots want to make a bet with me?
Oh, man. All right.
Go, Goots. The theater is waiting, Goots.
Soroka, Fetty, Murphy. Look,
Bet
you
you
can make an
Michigan
argument that
State
you don't want to put the
are
early
the
cake in
winner.
there, but also this could end up being just a 2-piece once we get through this early play here, this early square. So,
I prefer the early plays.
ooh,
I prefer them. You get them out of the way.
Okay.
You hit, and then it's like, all right, now we just got
Yeah.
got 1 or 2 to go.
I'm with the squad here. I like what we just put together. It feels good. Can we drop link? I don't know if we're gonna be able to get graphic out.
ooh.
Maybe I can just post it. I'll just post it no graphic.
Yeah. Post a no graphic, and then we can post a 2-piece with graphic. Maybe like the later Tim. We can post that. with
Stanford
graphic.
and
Get this
Yaxel,
out.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll place both.
Because Yaxel's essentially a Krabby play too. Like I know he loves that too, and he was pretty much pitching it.
That shit's smacking, bro.
Yeah.
I'll drop the link as well in the chat if you guys want to get involved.
Beauties.
All right, I'm gonna post
Okay.
this.
You're good. Chat, you guys want the link? There it is. I'll put it in the private chat as well, gents. If you guys need it. Bada bing, bada boom. Also, Gootsy, I like that bet you're trying to make with Mike, although I would be probably on Mike's side.
What was
He's
the
trying
bet?
to he's trying to
MSU
bet you
is better.
that, yep, Michigan State would go further than Maryland this March Madness. Ooh,
Yeah. Go ahead and feed me that bet.
that could be
How
fun
about
to
this?
spot out.
How about this? Why don't when we're in Vegas, we just both of us Have to put $100 on the team that's playing the teams that we're talking about, and we'll just see who makes more money fading them. How about a classic little fade
Sure.
bet? I'll put $100 on whoever Michigan State is playing. You put 100 on whoever Maryland's playing, and we'll keep doing that until one of our teams is eliminated. We'll see who makes more money.
You get 2 chances probably when we're out there, right? First and second rounds.
Yep.
Knock on wood if both teams, nobody.
Because I got news for you. I was going to put $100 on whoever Michigan State was playing anyway. Why don't we just do that and we'll call it a gentleman's bet?
Oh man.
Maybe I'll
Bro,
drop
the Terps-
500 on the first round exit of Michigan State just because Goots is so confident.
Wow.
Dude, people forget I had Goots send in POD yesterday. He had to type in Maryland plus 2.5.
No, he did not.
Dude.
He typed in shit's caked, and then I had to type it in.
Wow. Come on, Goots. You're better than that. All right, Krabs, appreciate you as always
He said $100
for coming on. You're goated.
Sure.
Tuning
And
into
by the way,
BTL 'cause I need to sharpen
Terps look great. Terps look great. I don't know if he slurped them already, but if he did, I missed it. Terps look great. Good.
We slurped them and then went 20 minutes and then had to bring up slurpage again.
Sure. You had to run it back.
Yeah.
Why
had
not?
to run it back. Had to
Um,
run it back.
Look, Julian Reese and Derek Queen get a lot of respect and love, but Rodney Rice deserves more. That kid's fucking
Way
good.
more.
Yeah.
That kid's fucking good. Had a great game again last night. Brings a tear to my eye every time I watch him play because he was at Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
But that kid's a fucking bucket, dude.
that's fucking moose.
That Terps
Dude,
team
you
might
got
do
2
something.
guys that are busting right now. You got him and Padula on Ole Miss.
Sure. We got Darius Maddox on George Mason. They're going to make a run
Yeah.
this year. They got everybody. They got, that's about it, actually. That's about all the people that matter. Yep.
Yeah.
W
3
Mike,
guys
W
playing each
Joshy,
other game.
as always. And I will be on the Terps in the tourney. We might have to lock in just a future for the vibes when we get out
I'm
there. in
definitely
Vegas.
in, dude. They're my
Yeah.
team. Going in, I was like, if Providence is dead, I have to support Kevin Willard. So Maryland is my team going into the tournament.
Fear the turtle, folks.
Fear the turtle.
Fear him.
Maybe I'll bring a turtle.
All right, boys.
costume.
Keep killing it.
All right,
All right. I'll talk to you boys later.
Let's go,
Well,
guys.
thanks, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
We go a little motivation.
Yeah, we'll go a little motivation. Want to say goodbye to
Chat.
the peeps?
Let's have a great Thursday. I want to leave you with something. Take Mackenzie Hughes, first round leader in PGA right now.
Oh, yeah, I saw Gooch is doing golf
I'm
plays.
gonna
too.
leave you with
gotta
that.
compete with him.
Say rip that. All right. Peace.
Yeah, you're going to have to start competing with Gooch for golf plays on the feed, by the way. He's trying to take the crown.
Wow.
I
I didn't know that, Gates.
All right, chat. We end every episode the same way. We started calling it Mikey Core, I guess, where we just kind of try to connect, talk about some stuff. I got a really nice DM yesterday. It was about a paragraph long, just about someone that said, I really appreciate what you said. Yesterday, it really hit me where I needed to hit me. I'm going through some stuff. So hopefully this does more good than, I guess, what some people would call cringe, but I really don't give a fuck either way. Like I said at the beginning of the show, dude, sometimes these days happen, dude, where you just wake up and it just feels like something wants you to be angry. It feels like something wants you to be upset. It feels like something wants you to not get out of bed and just dig that hole that we both know is so easy to dig. And just as someone that's currently going through one of those days right now, and I feel like we have more of these days than not, just keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing. Life can sometimes feel impossible, and I feel like we talk about that a lot. That's a big theme at the end of these shows, and I think moments can feel impossible, weeks can feel impossible, days can feel impossible, hours can feel impossible. But I think what I've found, and it's something that I DM'd the gentleman that DM'd me yesterday, is one, go get help if you need it. I'm a big advocate for therapy. It's been huge for me. Also, for whatever reason, just reading about like getting into philosophies, I think you learn a lot. Like if I never listened to that video about Plato, I don't think I would have gotten the anger gets you nowhere. And there was a couple moments yesterday where I was having a bad day, and even this morning where you start to feel that, I'm not going to call it rage, but that flame starting to light. And I think it's a good reminder to have those kind of lessons in your tool belt of like, I remind myself that now when I get frustrated of if I get angry in this situation, it is genuinely going to get me nowhere. But really just keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing. I say it every single day in the show, and sometimes I feel like it falls on deaf ears because it's just kind of monotonous. But genuinely today, it has felt impossible to take a step forward. And I think this is one of these days where I'm taking a step backwards, where just nothing feels like it's clicking. haven't been in a good mood. Everything feels like it's going wrong for whatever reason, and nothing has even gone wrong. But I'm going to try to take that step forward. So if you're going through it and you feel like things are against you and you woke up today and that outer force feels like it's making you, just know I'm trying to take that step with you today. And I feel like sometimes that's more valuable than any lesson or quote I could give you, is that we're going through this thing together and we're trying to take steps together. So take one step forward for me. I know how hard it can be in life. We're going to take steps backwards. I think I'm in the middle of one right now. But I think we've learned that the strength comes from the attempt, not the result. And I'm telling you what, I'm going to give my hardest to try to take a step forward today in any direction. I don't know what direction it's going to be, but I'm going to really give it my all today. So I want you to try to give it your all today as well. And if we don't, we have tomorrow. That's the best part about it. The weekend's around the corner. That always makes everybody feel good. I love you. If you haven't heard that today, I love you. I don't think we say that enough to each other. And if you haven't heard it today, I'll be the one to say it. I really appreciate the support in the show, guys. I say it every single day, but I really don't have the words to describe the community we're building on the show, how active the chat has been. Dude, I went back. This is crazy. I went back yesterday to watch some of our first ever episodes because I just wanted to see if I've grown as a storyteller, as a presenter, if I still talk about sports the same. And as I scrolled back, our YouTube watch back was around 150 when we started doing this show. With crazy thumbnails, maybe the max was 300. And I remember going, man, 300 views. That's pretty good for a watch back. Our watch backs now sit at like 1.2K. And that's because of you guys. And yeah, we show up every day and do it. But the fact that you guys support the show, that you watch a show and we're done, that you tune in and you're active in chat and you hang out with us and you start your morning with us, that really means the world to me because I know how important mornings are. And the fact that you guys take time to listen to us talk, even though we're fucking some of the dumbest people on the earth, dude. We just learned what tire rotations are. And by we, I mean me. So I really appreciate that you guys do that. Hopefully we made you smile. Hopefully we made you laugh. We'll see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. We got conference tournaments around the corner. We had an unbelievable day yesterday. We're going to keep the momentum. This is the best show in college basketball betting. This is the best show that you need every single morning. And then guess what? You got the best show right after us in BTL. So go tune into BTL right now. Same time, same channel. We'll see you here tomorrow. Love you guys.